So we're going to run some basic testing here on whether or not it's good to run two packs in one that are not the same cell. They're both Eve branded cells. One is the Eve 40p. It's a 26S 9p pack, 360 amp max, and the other is the 50pl Eve, which has a 600 amp max, and it is a 26S 10p. Now, for the start of the challenge, what I'm going to do is run them at the 600 amp, which is what the max rating is for the bigger battery. So then if there is any cutouts, the bigger battery should hold on to that, no problem, just on these little speed runs that I'm going to do. I will be testing both of the BMSs and watching them, recording them to see what they pull, to ensure that they're kind of pulling what they should from each battery as to what the controller needs, instead of it trying to pull 50-50. Because if it's pulling 50-50, that's obviously going to limit where I could set my amps. But you want it to pull more towards the ratings of the actual batteries themselves. But we'll see where I can push it to, what is safe for the second pack, which is the smaller one. This is just purely testing because I'm off to the drags, and I'd like to see the little bit lighter battery than the big one. So here we have, that's the big battery there, that's the Eve 50pl, and in the back there is the Eve 40. Now obviously you can see my other battery goes all the way at the bottom, which is the 40pl, and in parallel, like together, they were amazing. Like that battery there is the one I'm talking about. It's 550 amp peak, but I'm just trying to see what happens with the less weight, because I used to pull like 100 kilowatt, so far driver tells you, with the pair max just on an auto 60 run. But I'd like to see what I can do with that extra little bit of weight removed, because as of now, with just that battery in, I'm having to tune it down to get the launch off, because it either wants to spin up, or then if I warm the tyre up to get it to grip, it just wants to lift up the front end. So I'm having to tune the first start off down a bit just to get away, because it's not long enough. I didn't envisage making it this powerful, but I've ended up going this far with it, so that's just what's happened. If I was going to have more power, obviously I would have made a longer swing arm, but I just didn't think that was going to happen. But yeah, the testing will start today. I'm just fully charging them now, and then yeah, I'll just record the BMSs and ensure they're pulling what they pull, turn them up bit by bit. But then yeah, we'll see what happens when you run this kind of setup with two different types of cells. If it's possible, or if it's not, I'll post either way just so everybody knows what they can and can't do. So first off, your eyes on the stand testing. Both batteries are at 108, 65 obviously now, they've been balanced out. And I'll see just on the stand what it pulls, to ensure it's not pulling equal from both packs. Now the one on the screen is the small pack, and the one that's not on the screen isn't, but I will tell you what the difference is as it goes. So we're now pulling 17 of that 15 amps, and it is pulling 21 amps from the larger pack, which is a good sign. It's pulling 6 more amps, which is generally a quarter more, if my maths correct, which it normally isn't because I'm used to this. But yeah, a quarter more power, so that's 360. It's close. What we'll do is we'll take it out for a little drive now. I'll screen record both of them, and then we'll see what it actually pulls from them.